welcome to another episode of The Kickoff. Joining me again is Stephen Plath. Good evening, Plathy.
Evening, Dean. Good to be back, mate. Bit to talk about this week.
Yeah, lots to discuss from the weekend games and a couple of special guests in this episode. But before we get to that, we'll just have a little chat about Northern Districts.
Yeah, mate. Yep, absolutely. We'll get straight into it. Was that their last lot of round games, Dean, this week, I think?
It is. Their semis start on the weekend of the 5th of August.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll be on the 5th or 6th.
Yep, no problem.
So in the Women's League tag, ISIS back to a winning way there against Avondale, 52-4.
Yeah. Really good outing for them girls, ISIS. Yeah. Well done. That's a lot of points, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah, Avondale has sort of been the side, and we've said it a few times, Dino, they're a young team.
Very young team, yeah.
Yeah, they've got over the pain for one try there, Perkis, but Branch has got 2 tries there, Haas 3, so and Williams got a double. So, yeah, well done to the ISIS women. They're coming along. I think there'll be 3 teams there that will find out who's going to play in a grand final.
Yeah, league positions are Gidgin and Agnes Waters.
At the moment, I think they're definitely on top. For mine, they've been the 2 form teams all year.
Yeah.
ISIS have definitely been throwing in some good scores, and then also getting more and more competitive as the season's gone on. So, semi-final time, I think, we'll see what happens. All 4 teams will play in the semis, you would think? You
would think so, but everybody will turn up for the semis and the final.
Oh, absolutely, they'll have full complement of players and stuff like that. So, it'd be interesting to see the outcome. So, I would think that Gingin and Agnes would probably play off in that major semi to go straight into the grand final, and that'd leave ISIS and Avondale to play off for their shot at the loser of that game to make the grand final.
They had a dress rehearsal this weekend in the second game. Gingin 32, Agnes Waters didn't score this week. So,
wow. Okay, that's a bit of a turn up considering the last 2 outings. They played against each other. Was the first time they only lost by a try or 4 points, and then Agnes actually beat them
in one game.
In one game. I know they were short on numbers, Gingin, that week, but that's a really good performance. 32-0, really. I wasn't expecting that one, Dean, actually. So Gailey's had another day out there.
She has. Yeah.
1 try and assisted there, got 4. So those girls are playing really good footy.
Yeah.
Interesting outcomes in those.
Only 2 goals in that as well, so could have been bigger if they'd had the goal kicking boots on.
Goals, that's right. But I'll be interesting to have a chat to Kim about what was going on with Agnes. They might have a few out this week. It's hard to say, but that's a bit unlike Agnes Waters. I thought, and then you've got ISIS up the top putting on a display like that.
Yeah, I think Kim was away in Brisbane at a Women in Sports seminar.
She still plays, even though she coaches, she plays.
Yeah.
So, that's probably a loss for them. But it'll be interesting, and we talk about finals footy. I mean, it's probably not as brutal as the boys, and anything can happen sort of thing, like the girls are out there having a good time, and, they want to win. They're there to win a premiership, but it will be interesting to see what happens there, Yeah. Very interesting.
Men's game, interesting result there. Avondale 24 beat ISIS 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was informed of this back at the Brothers Club there on Saturday night, Dino, and very interesting outcome.
Yeah.
Like the way ISIS were heading and the way they were looking. There was a couple of, I saw a team sheet or a team list, and there was a couple of strange positional stuff.
Yeah.
For ISIS this week. Jake Thompson was playing fullback.
All right.
And old Jakey, I said to him, he'd be the biggest fullback in the comp. As a bit of a joke on Saturday night, but there's some strange stuff going on there. I'm not sure how that'll all pan out, whether that'll be a thing or not, or whether they were short players. They didn't talk too much about that, but well done to Avondale. Yeah. That's a big scare before a major semi.
It is.
Like that. They're going to go in with a lot of confidence out of that.
And he may have played fullback, but he crossed the line. He must have been coming in there.
Yeah. Well, he's got to try. Royce Blair was. There was something weird about his position too. Like he might have been playing in the halves or something like that. And so maybe they were missing a couple of blokes. I'm not sure, but I sort of had a bit of a giggle to myself, to be honest, when they said about Royce playing around the halves, mate. So, but well done to Avondale on that, mate. That's a solid win, and that would have been. Was that a Sunday game or a Saturday night in Isis? I'm not sure where that was played.
I'm not sure. No, it was at Gingin.
Oh, okay. Games out at Gingin. Yeah, right, eh? Yeah, well done to Avondale. Interesting outcome there.
Certainly is. Yeah, that'll give them a boost going into the finals.
Oh, absolutely. So South Clan would have had the bye then on the weekend because that next game's Gingin and Miriamvale, Dino.
Yep, 50-8 in Gingin's favour. Yeah,
long season for Miriamvale, mate. They would have been on Mad Monday this week, mate, because they won't play in the finals. But sometimes that happens. And look at the competition. They won the premiership last year, Miriamvale. You know, and then you lose a heap of players. Similar situation in the BRL at the moment with the way Harvey Bay's going.
It is.
We'll touch on that later, actually. And the result in that game was very, very interesting. But well done to Gingin. Good hit out for them coming into the finals time. So they'll face South Clan the first week of the finals. All right, very good. Couple of try scorers there. Hoyle got a double, and Talialula. Sorry, that one's a tough one.
Mate, you got that. I'm sure you did.
Talialula. Yeah. He got over the paint for 3 tries, so well done to him. Dale Stebbins and Boone also the try scorers there, and one for Sutton. So interesting end of the regular season up there in the Northern Districts, Dino.
It is. So they'll all be looking forward to the finals, and like I say, it's like two weeks away. Yeah. And they'll be into it.
They'll have a week off for the NRL game, like the BRL, I suppose, in town. Yeah. So they get this week off, which is that's awesome. Yeah. Have a rest up and hit the finals. Yeah. Be interesting to see some outcomes out of those games.
It's looking good for finals. Yeah,
definitely. It always is finals time in the Northern Districts, mate. You know, like players make themselves absolutely available for that time of year. You know, sometimes it can be a bit hard through the middle of the year to get time off work and different things like that. Especially when you're sort of running in a 5-team comp where it's once a month you're playing everyone again. Yeah. So, but really interesting results, and definitely that one Avondale against Isis. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
Right then, that's everything covered from the Northern Districts. We'll be taking a break and we'll come back with our first guest.
Rum City Foods stocks everything. Paul's Milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, take advantage of our free delivery service within 20 k's of your local Better store. Go local. That's better.
Welcome back to the Kickoff, and our next guest tonight is Sonia Olsen, and she's here to talk about the All Abilities Rugby League. Welcome, Sonia.
Hi, Dean. Thank you very much for having me on tonight.
So how did you become involved in the All Abilities Rugby League?
My husband watched an interview on Fox Sport about 18 months ago and brought the idea to me about why couldn't we start a similar program in our area for our son to what was being done in New South Wales around try time. So we sat and we planned and we come up with what we call an All Abilities Rugby League program, and we're in our 2nd season and everything is going fantastic.
So I was just going to ask how long it's been going, but 2 seasons?
This is our 2nd season.
Okay. We had Phil Lindsay on. He's involved. He came to talk to us a couple of episodes ago.
Or so. Phil came in, had a really good chat to us, and I just think it's amazing what you're doing for the game. Yeah. You know, and I wasn't aware at the time, but they do an All Abilities international tour. So Australia actually puts an Australian All Abilities side together and toured. Did they play?
They played a World Cup alongside the World Cup in England.
Yeah. And for kids that have a few issues or a few disabilities, I just think it's awesome that they're able to get out there and do the same as what all the other kids are doing.
Yeah, there were four competitions: the men's, the women's, the All Abilities, and the Wheelchair World Cups, all running at the same time.
all run at the same time. Yeah, so I think it's awesome. I did a bit of, I had a look into it, and I had a good chat to Bryce about it and how it all worked and stuff like that. And I think he's doing an amazing job. I know this year last year most of it was up in Gingin, was it not?
Yes, we had 3 games up in Gingin and 1 here in Bundaberg.
And 1.
This year we got 4 in Gingin and 2 in Bundaberg.
Yeah, awesome. So you've actually extended the program out there?
Extended it by 2 weeks this year, and we're even looking at next year maybe going out to 8 weeks.
Yeah, unreal. That's awesome. Funding wise, how are you faring with all that sort of stuff? Sponsorship and things?
With sponsorship, we put packages out initially, and were very concerned how we would go. In our first season, we got over $33,000 in sponsorship in donations, financial donations, as well as products. Like Bundaberg Regional Council gave us water bottles, so we counted that as part of our sponsorship. So yeah, over $30,000 in our first year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is so good. Yeah. It's just good that the community then is getting behind it. Yeah.
We're getting a lot of support, not just in Gingin, but from Bundaberg and other areas now. Are tapping in, and they want to see what we're doing with our eligibilities, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, unreal. That's awesome stuff.
So you run a couple of come try days recently. How was that received?
That was very good. We just do a lot of fun things around our Come and Try Day, so kids who've never been to rugby league before know what to expect. We had one in Gingin and we had the other one at Across the Waves, and we were very fortunate that we had some of the senior Across the Wave Tigers players come and be involved, and they learnt a lot. So it was good to open up their eyes to kids with disability who they just want to play footy. Yeah. That's all it boils down to. These kids are different, not less, and they just want to play footy like their mates.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. As I said, what you're doing for the community and rugby league as a whole, like we talk about pathways and we talk about juniors and junior attendance and all moving through into first grade competitions and stuff like that. But it all starts with a young kid wanting to have a run around.
That's exactly right.
Kids having fun.
Why can't all abilities kids not get the same sort of thing? So, I know it takes a lot of work to put a program like this together, and I really do. I take my hat off to you because you've done an awesome job. I've got quite a few mates who are in disability support and stuff like that, and a few of them I think were involved last year. Yeah. And they talk, explained a few things to me. I just say, good on you.
Thank you very much.
It's unreal. Yeah. And as I've learnt more about it now too, with Phil coming on the show, yourself coming on the show.
Talking to Andrew Philo.
Philo's another one. He's been involved with
Jamison.
it. Toddy Jemo was one I was talking about previously. Yeah. So I think it opens the eyes to the people who didn't sort of know what was out there. So the more you do, the bigger it gets, the better it gets. It's awesome. But Saturday, this weekend.
Yes.
Yes, will be a reward.
No, Sunday. Is it Sunday?
Sunday. This weekend, there'll be a reward for all the effort, training, and you have the pre-match game before the Bulldogs and the Dolphins.
We do. We have the 6s, 8s and 10s. They'll be playing before gates open. So it'll be quite a crowd for them to play in front of. And then we'll have our halftime break. And then as the gates are opening to the general public for the Bulldogs-Dolphins game, we have our 12s, 14s and 15s. Who will be taken to the field as a curtain raiser. So last weekend we had 6 adults participate in our program. We had one mum in tears on the sideline, just watching her son as an adult with a disability, never having anything like our program before to participate in, take to the field and have half an hour of fun, footy, friendship. It's just amazing. This weekend is massive for us. A lot of work has gone into preparations. The kids are all getting a game day shirt, and we'd like to thank Cross the Waves and Rotary for sponsoring those game day shirts. So when they come off, they'll be awarded a shirt that says, I played before the Bulldogs game, and it has the date and the Dolphins and the Bulldogs on the front of the shirt,
Yeah.
and then it also has sponsors on the back. So
Yeah.
they'll be presented with a special shirt to remember playing a curtain raiser for an NRL game in their local region. So we
Yeah.
thank the Bulldogs for that opportunity.
That's awesome. I've been lucky enough to do that a few times, playing Queensland Cup, and it's a big deal. It was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was 19 or whatever, and perfectly able-bodied and whatever, but it was still a big deal. You know, so for these kids to get that opportunity without having the drama of travel
Yes.
and all this
Yes.
sort of stuff, unreal. Thanks to
Yeah.
the Bulldogs and the Dolphins for coming in the first place. You know, and but yeah, for them to get an opportunity. Last year it was the major semi-final for
BRL.
the BRL,
Yeah.
and Brothers and Across the Ways played off in that game. This year, something different. I think it's going to be awesome. So when gates open, get out there and support the kids, people.
Yep,
You know, get
everyone,
out
yeah.
there, get out there early, and give them the support they deserve. You know, they've been training just as hard as anyone else. They've got their opportunity, and it'll be just wonderful to see.
Be just amazing.
Yeah, so-
We've got kids. We've got
sorry.
kids with autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, intellectual impairment. So we've got a wide variety of kids with different abilities, but we also have a lot of neurotypical kids in our program. And the reason why we're keeping it open to all abilities, so we can educate the neurotypical kids about the differences with our guys, as we call them.
Yeah.
So our program is about education as well as fun and creating awareness as well, and the rugby league component as well.
So, were you involved in rugby league previously?
I have done 32 years volunteering in rugby league between Gingin and Northern Districts Rugby League.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Very
So,
good.
Yep.
How did the Bulldogs become involved?
I got a phone call from the director, Andrew Gifford, who now
Yeah.
lives in Bundaberg, beginning of last year, and he said they heard about our program and they'd like to come along and see if they can support us in any capacity. And I said, well, we're open to conversation. So they came on board. They gave the kids a show bag and a hat, grand final day.
Yep.
And then this year they are paying for our insurance. So we are now affiliated club with QRL. So the Bulldogs come on board and said they would cover our insurance this year for our first year.
Awesome.
So they've done that. They're giving us show bags again, grand final day for the kids.
Yeah.
They made the certificates. They've given us jerseys to auction. So we're raising money through the Bulldogs' generosity. And on game day, they've given us tickets for all our families
Yeah.
and
That's
all our
wonderful.
mentors
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
at cost free. We haven't had to pay for a ticket for our kids to stay and watch the NRL game after their game. So we can't thank the Bulldogs enough, along with our other
that's
sponsors.
amazing. Yeah. Hats off to the dogs for that. That's
It
unreal.
is. And it's not only just the financial support, it's advice as well.
Yeah.
If we have any issues, we can always ring Andrew or the CEO, Aaron, and just say, look, we've got this issue. Have you got any suggestions? So they're always just a phone call away. And that's absolutely amazing to think that we've got an NRL club keen to support us in
Yeah.
a number of ways.
Yeah.
That's great.
Unbelievable.
It is.
really is.
It is. We even are talking about doing a road trip to Sydney, because we'd like to support the Bulldogs by
Yeah.
going down with a few of our All Abilities committee and families and taking in a game in Sydney.
Yeah, well done.
Very good.
That's a really good way of paying them back too.
So that probably leads into the next question, which was after this game, what's next for the All Abilities? What's the direction that you're heading in?
Our ultimate dream across the board would be every league in Queensland would have a 4-week All Abilities program once a year.
Yeah.
So small steps.
Yeah.
We've done a 10-year plan. Darren Schutz, who's the state manager at QRL, we've had several meetings with him. Darren's been up twice supporting our program. He's been an amazing source of information. He's had a look at our plan and it's doable. So we put a pitch to Central Division at their meeting they had at the 47th Battalion early on in the year about how we can grow our program, and we'd like to start in Central Division first and then grow into other areas. Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast and Mackay Towns will do very well with All Abilities, but there's nothing between Sunny Coast and Mackay.
Yeah.
So we are the first All Abilities Rugby League club in the Central Division. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah.
Central Division is very big too. It goes way down west, southwest.
Out to
Toowoomba, right out Roma, and all out there. Where, you know, so it's probably a little bit harder maybe in them southwestern areas. But if it's 4 weeks a year, people will make that effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll make that effort. I mean, week in, week out, guys down in those areas travel 4 or 5 hours to play footy
Yeah, they do.
on the
They do.
weekend.
They do.
So I know that parents of all ability kids they'll lap that up. You beauty, let's get them in there, let's
Yeah.
have a go. You know, it gives everyone the same opportunity.
It does. We
And-
started off with a 4-week program because we didn't know how some of our kids with different abilities would handle the fatigue.
Yeah.
But they've been amazing. They
Yeah.
have just shown, they've got out of their comfort zone. They're taking to the field, they're doing things they would not normally do in their week. And that's just been amazing. So we've just pushed it out to 6 weeks. Next week, as I said before, looking at doing 8 weeks and just building that stamina and resilience with all kids.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's
Gives them
growing.
something to look forward to on the weekend as well,
It
you
is.
know? Like, it's like, well, tomorrow's Sunday or
footy's on.
Saturday, footy day tomorrow.
One little boy last year would go and get his shorts and socks out of the washing machine when they're still wet and try and pack them in his bag.
And there it is.
Yeah.
And there's not, you know, every kid's alike. All kids are like that, you know. Like, I couldn't wait to get my gear on Saturday morning and get out to footy when I was 6 and 7 years old. It's what you love doing, you know.
It is.
So,
You want to play in England and in the rain and the snow and put your kit in the bag, take it home and forget to take it out, and then you've got
frozen.
it's frozen the next week.
Got to rinse them out in the sink, you know. Dry them out.
So,
Oh, well, yeah.
so is there anything that you haven't told us that you'd like to pass on to?
We've got lots.
Pass on to who's ever watching. So
We have a coaching course that our coaches are doing through the NRL in 2 weeks' time, and we're very lucky to have Special Olympics come up, and we'll be addressing our coaches at our coaching clinic. And the other thing in the pipeline we have is we are writing our own coaching component for disability that we are hoping NRL will take on board. So when they do their coaching courses, they have a disability component, and they can deliver that as well as a normal coaching program. So all children who join rugby league, whether it's an all abilities program or a normal junior rugby league, that coach will have some knowledge of disability, because some of our kids do play junior rugby league. But not all coaches are aware of sensory issues. They're not all aware of health issues that some of these kids have. So
that's an awesome idea. That is an awesome idea.
it's amazing. It needs to be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't believe it's 2023 and we're still looking at this as a new endeavour, but it is what it is, and we've started the ball rolling now, and sky's the limit.
So therefore, everybody who comes in now to be a coach, and I've done my coaching course and whatever, and I've been a senior A grade coach here, but from now on, anyone who does a coaching certificate or a level 1's coaching certificate will have that component in there. Is that what we're aiming for?
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So it's not just aimed at a junior coach, because it can't help if it goes out to all coaches. Do you know what I mean? Like, why should it just be juniors? Why should it just be for the juniors? I think
these adults still playing.
When the NRL come up with the system of how that coaching course works and all the online component you do, and then you've got your day,
your workshop
component, and then you do your face-to-face while you're training your team. If it goes into that, especially that online component, every coach should have to do it, as far as I'm concerned. So that's awesome.
Very good, because that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, unreal. Well done.
Right. So we've got a lot of things on our plate, but the response that we've gotten through sponsorship and family participation and volunteers, the amount of people that we've got helping is incredible. We're not short of volunteers each week. And one of the best parts about our program is the mentors that we introduced from day dot. And Todd Jemison is the leader in that area.
Todd is a great bloke.
Good bloke, Toddy.
Good mate, plays for Brothers. We did. I don't think, he's not playing for Brothers anymore, no.
So he works in the disability field, and he's brought some friends along from his work, and Phil Lindsay's got a crew, and then we've got some parents and young adults out in Gingin who are keen to work in the disability industry, and they mentor the kids, and the parents can sit back and be spectators. And for many of those parents, this is the very first time they can sit on the sideline and watch their children participate without having to follow them around. So
awesome.
the mentors are the best part of our program, from an aspect of looking after our families as a unit, not just a child with special needs or a neurotypical child who's shy or may be anxious, doesn't have a disability, but may have a few other confidence issues. Parents can sit back on the sideline and our mentors come in, they develop that relationship off field and they follow the kids onto the field. It's just been amazing relationships that are forming with our mentors and families and the participants, so it's just amazing.
Excellent.
Well, Sonia, thank you very much for bringing that information to us and showing us what a marvellous programme this All Abilities is for the region.
Thank you. We're just two mums, my co-founding partner and I. We call ourselves two mums on a mission.
Yeah.
That's all we are, is two mums on a mission.
Yeah.
Well, you've done a bloody good job, I can tell you that.
Thank you very much.
We've had a lot of conversations about it on the show, so
we invite you both now to come out and have a look at a game of All Abilities.
I'll have to see. Yeah, we'll
be there on the weekend.
Yeah, we've got some tickets, so you never know. Well, we'll get to go to the big game.
Yes.
Yep. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now we'll be going to a break, and after the break we'll be coming back with results from Central and Bundaberg. No games this week in the southern Burnett.
Yeah.
So we'll be back after the break. Thank you very much, Sonia.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Who can you call upon when interest rates are rising or if your fixed rate is ending? The refinanciers from Aussie. We'll make your home loan work harder. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the kick-off, and now we'll start on the results in the Central District. So
first week of their finals, Dino.
Yeah, and an upset straight away.
Yes, very much so. So first game we had was the minor semi-final, Dean. Eidsvold versus Monto.
Which we have some footage of that game. Okay. 40-18 to the Eidsvold Eagles.
Yeah, coming off a bad loss or a couple of bad losses, Dean.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked. We looked at this once we found out the result, and I'm like, wow, that's very, very interesting result there. Well done to Eidsvold. Like, great effort. 40-18 over Monto. I sort of, my tip probably would have been Monto in that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
But,
and they didn't have the guys from the Wallaroos.
Wallaroos, no.
So they've certainly.
So anything can happen next week then with the weekend off here of football. You get your Shawnee Collins out there, mate, in that Eidsvold side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mac as well. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll touch on the other game too, but really strong performance there. 4 off the kick, so a lot of tries scored.
Yeah.
Bly, Liam Law, Nathan Beasley, Tyler West, Stanley Bly, Joseph Doyle, and a couple there where the name is unavailable.
Yeah.
Two more tries, and then for Monto, Frederick Strang, Connor Roth, and Charles Hoff, and one from Isaac Poynton.
Yep.
For the goal. Yeah, very interesting result, but well done to Eidsvold. They'll move forward, and Monto's season's done, mate.
Yep, it
all
is.
over for them.
It looks that way. So again, we got this from Mike Connolly. So thanks once again, Mike. So this time, gained the Gladiators, did the reverse on Mundubra this time, and got the Lollies 24-12.
Yeah.
We also have some footage of this game.
Now, apparently, in that game, that Mundubra were right in the hunt. So 8-6 to Mundubra at half time. So they're still in front at half time.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. They lost both the half and the 5-8, mate, with concussion issue and head knocks.
Yeah.
So it went right down to the wire there. So one of the halves, so Kimber and Thorburn both suffered head knocks in that game.
Yeah.
Thorburn, he was replaced in the last 10 minutes. So Mundubra were actually in front with 8 minutes to go. And going to come back with a couple of quick tries late to roll them, mate. to get the win.
And that gives them the home final.
Yeah, so grand
there's
final day
grand final
straight. It's in Gayndah this year,
Yeah, so
which
got
will
the
be
home
good.
advantage.
So
And
that leaves us with Macca's boys there, the Mundubra Tigers, up against Eidsvold next week in a qualifying final to go into a grand final, mate.
Yeah.
So interesting result.
It is.
Well done. I mean, you know, it sounds like that was a really good quality game of footy. You know, as much as you know, that's close. It's a 12-point ball game. It was just those 2 late tries.
if these two Gayndah and these two teams are in the final, it's going to be a cracking game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But mate, after seeing the result for Eidsvold, mate, hang on to your hat.
Everything's up.
Yeah.
Like they say, it has been known for the third to come.
Mate, it's been
up
done
and win
plenty
it,
of times
yeah.
before, so and mate, you know, going to get the week off, that might be good for them. They might have a few niggles and some bumps and bruises, but you find it tough sometimes in finals when you haven't played enough footy, mate. So, you know, and that's why these teams from third can come through and win the comp, is they've had that consistent footy. They're probably lucky they won't have a stretch off like the BRL do, where we've got this week off.
Yeah. They're on the 6th, back on the in the 5th, 6th weekend of August. So but, 2 weeks time.
But the guys who finished on top. But we'll talk about that after, mate. But well done to those teams.
We also one of their overseas players, Isaiah, or Junior as they call him.
Yeah.
He had a little bit to say, and
okay, awesome.
Probably a little message for his friends in Samoa.
Okay.
My name is Isaiah Daudoa, and normally the team know me as Junior. And I'm staying in Mundubra, and I'm playing in the Mundubra Tigers, and I play as a prop. Sometimes second row. I enjoy my games here with the brothers in Mundubra. I know there are different cultures mixing together, but I enjoy rugby league, and this is the first time I play rugby league. So I'm so happy. And about the game today, we lost, but heads up for the boys. We have a good effort today, playing together, and we're heading again next week for the next semi-final. But hopefully we're gonna put together ourselves and get ready for that big game too. Malolere, kaya nga ko tapim madoren he vahinga Mundubra kunsilan mau fiat pe he vahinga feitun neo kaya mau o mai go vahinga mau fiat he vahinga fataham mo ngai feitu mau yai. And talo falava to the Samoan people. Alofa tele to Moutone. Thank you very much.
So that's the what's happening in the Central Division.
Yep.
And
awesome stuff.
Finals time.
Yeah, really heating up.
And,
2 weeks to go till the grand final, mate. So Gayndah got the better. Like, you know, they've been to and fro all year. You sort of don't know what's going to happen in that competition, mate. It'd be really good. If those two teams make the grand final, who knows? Be hard to pick a favourite, won't it?
And if there's an upset, well,
yeah, I know.
That'll be one for the
books. Definitely, Dino. Definitely.
Yes.
Rum City Foods stocks everything. Paul's milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists. With everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, with a range of payment options available, you can buy now and pay later. Go local. That's better.
So we had a home game up at the Brothers ground this week, and we're playing Wests, and we also had the Indigenous
we
round.
did an Indigenous round this year, Dean, and really, really, really good day out there. We mixed that in with our old boys' day this year.
Yeah.
And mate, well, once we get stuck into the results from the weekend, you'll understand why it was such a huge success.
Yeah.
Massive crowd, big crowd out the tag, and they partied on into the night in the back bar, mate. So yeah, wonderful night out there. Good to see so many kids and families around. We did a one-off jersey. That was designed by one of our ex-players, our brother's old boy, Luther Thompson.
Yeah, I caught up with Luther and had a...
Yeah, mate, he did
him on his jersey.
Mate, did awesome, a fantastic job. So we did a little presentation after the game up in the club, and gave him one of the jerseys. So and to our game day sponsors who come on board to help out with the costings on that, we're getting a couple. We're getting them framed up and giving them all one. So
is did the players get the?
Yeah, players kept the kit, mate. Yeah, players kept the kit. That was part of the gig. You know, we wanted to be able to do something for the boys as well. So, and anyone who's a footballer loves free gear, mate. So let's be honest.
Probably after the results, and it's a well earned.
Yeah, mate.
Gift.
It was absolutely.
So, going on to under 18s there, Harvey Bay Seagulls rolled the South Burnett.
Yeah, that's an interesting scoreline. South Burnett have been a solid team.
18-4.
So as of last week, before last week, they were on top of the table.
Yeah.
Just in front of Brothers. So 18-4, interesting scoreline down at Stafford Park.
Yeah.
I just don't know how South Burnett travel.
No.
They seem to win good and play good quality footy out in Kingaroy.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit concerned when it comes to their finals chances, and they're going to play finals, how they'll perform coming up to Bundy, especially weeks in a row. So interesting. Well done to Harvey Bay. That'll hold them in good stead. But good effort. And then on to the game. We call it the game of the round because Past Brothers under 18 beat West 42-12 and secured the minor premiership, mate.
They certainly did, didn't they? So that's front of their home crowd. That's a good result for them.
Yeah, really good, mate. It was funny the start of that game, Dino, and you were there. You were there and watched that with me. West seemed to be right on top of them early. Yeah, the first 10-15 minutes was like a lot of ball was down West, going West way, but Brothers held tight and actually held them out in that first 15. Once they got some use of possession, the points started flowing. So
defence.
Oh yeah, defence was awesome. Yeah, West got a couple of late 4-pointers there to make it 42-12.
Yeah. So then we're moving on to reserve grade, and again down at Stafford Park, Harvey Bay Seagulls playing the East Magpies.
Yeah, all the sixes.
All the sixes. 66-6 to the East Magpie reserves.
Yeah, well, that's a long year over for the Harvey Bay reserve grade side, mate.
Yeah,
I'll take my hat off to them.
I'd like to congratulate them for finishing the season.
Yeah, mate. Like they just kept turning up, you know, and they've obviously, they're obviously there with their mates, and they probably don't have the quality of footballer around, and at the moment, but a club like Harvey Bay's quick to hit
recover.
Back. Recover. So no, very interesting outcome there. Well done to East.
And Waves down at Estill Park got a 52-6 win over the Wallaroos.
Yeah. Waves are a good side this year in reserve grade. Really, really, really handy side. They're playing good footy. Roos, down there, Star Park, I thought they probably would have been a bit better than that.
Yeah.
Normally they've got plenty of numbers when they're at home. Yeah. When they're at home. So, but well done to the Waves Tigers. That holds them in good stead for the first round of the finals now. So good outcome for them. So well done.
And the second game out at Brothers, the reserve grade, 20-16 against West.
Yeah, mate. That was actually a really good contest.
Another minor premiership.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So
we have a little bit of footage of that
the reserve grade game. Yeah. There was some good. It was a good close game, mate. 4 points in it. But the Brothers boys, they knew they had to win the minor premiership.
Yep.
Great run there by young Brad Shorter. He actually played A grade as well. He's been in that A grade squad. He's played there all year. But
he's an awesome little player. That.
Yeah, he goes well, mate. So nice little hit up there. Strong. Yeah. His brother also plays in the A grade side, Maxi.
Yeah.
So they get a season together. But yeah, there's a couple of standouts there for both sides on the weekend. A little bit of drama in the first few minutes with one of the West winger lipping off a bit, mate. He got 10 minutes in the sin bin, but apart from that,
Tom
Big
Murray
Matty.
led him round well.
Oh, mate, look, Tom Murray could quite easily still be playing 9 in the A grade competition here in Bundy, mate. And Matty Temp's out there having a run around with Logan Tanza, a couple of our previous A grade boys, and they've won plenty of premierships at the club in A grade too. So they're out there, they're trying to help out with these younger kids and stuff coming through the grades. So no, mate, another minor premiership. Yeah, we're ecstatic with that. It was unreal.
So at Stafford Park again, Harvey Bay and Magpies, close game in the A grade, 32-36.
Mate. Yeah, he's only just got away with that one. 30, that's 4 points. So this was for the Hopgood Cup.
Yeah.
But mate, well done. I'm not sure if they had a few extras come in and have a run or what the go was there. But Harvey Bay turned up, after coming off a 122-0 loss.
Yeah.
And put on a quality performance. Yeah. East are a good side, a really good side. Yeah. It's funny to see like Scott Wathel and William Wathel are Harvey Bay blokes, played in their premiership winning team last year.
And Jaden Smith's from Harvey Bay.
Jaden Smith's from Harvey Bay also, yeah. So, they didn't have it all their own way down there for East this week. Take my hat off. Good way for them boys to finish the year, but that'll be the end for them.
So I'd just, again, congratulations to Harvey Bay for putting in and making...
Oh, they've stuck out a solid year.
Stuck out a solid year and made the competition sort of relevant. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Then, again at Estill Park, that was Stafford Park, sorry. Estill Park, the Wallaroos went down 18-32 to the Waves Tigers. Yeah,
so they're a little bit interesting sort of score there, Dino. 32-18. I mean, Wallaroos are always tough. It's always a tough trip when you go down, hour down the Bruce, and all of a sudden things don't go your way, things don't go quite right. It can turn into a really big struggle, easy. But Waves, they got the win, they did the job. A few young names on there, but Reece Morn got over the paint this week. He'd be happy with that. Young Tom Morgan scoring another try there. And Lachlan Dalloway with 4 from 4 on the boot. Yeah,
he was at fullback this week. So.
Oh, was he? Okay, yeah, right. Okay, that's a bit of a change around. Maybe
the other
Cody Morn.
Cody didn't play it.
Okay, yep. And he's a big part of their side too, mate. So they're interesting. He'll never let me live it down, but Tommy Akers actually scored as well. Yeah, better let old Tommy give him a shout out on the show. And 2 for Felix Brown and 1 for Maurice Blair. And Jordan Kelly kicked all 3 goals for the Wallaroos.
Yeah. So they'll
Wallaroos will play finals
in the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll finish 5th on that. They'll play East week 1 in the semis.
So they'll be looking to cause an upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
So last game of the afternoon at Brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers got over West 24-10.
Yeah.
And
bit controversial, Dino. There was a few things that come out of that game. But look. Yeah.
So on the TV screen, the Brothers and West walk-off, the replays had over 1,700 views since Monday afternoon. So there's a lot of interest in what happened. So we don't know a right lot about it at the moment.
No.
So what can you tell us?
No, look, Dino, I'm not going to say too much, mate. I believe that it's being looked at.
We have footage
of the game. Yeah. Look, it's being looked at. I don't know. You know, we were all a bit in shock, to be honest,
Yeah.
on the day. So, you know, we're just going to wait and see what comes out of that. It's something I've never seen happen before, but you know, I'm sure West maybe had their reasoning behind it. It's not for me to go into and to say what that was about just yet. It'll come out in the wash, I think.
I've seen it once in the UK.
Oh, okay.
And my team, Bradford Northern, I think they had about 4 players sent off. So
Okay.
I think another one was getting sent off, and the captain just called them off the field.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay.
That didn't do them much good. They got a massive fine for that. But
Yeah, as you can
what's gone
see
on
there
here?
on the vision, like, you know, the brothers boys obviously didn't know what was going on, mate. It was it was a bit of a strange situation. Wasn't the best way to finish the day, but mate, our boys are quite happy. They were in front 24-10 at the end of play, which means they won the minor premiership, mate.
Yeah.
So to everyone out at Brothers, congratulations to the players, the staff, everything.
Yeah. And all the old boys that turned up.
Oh, mate, it was an awesome day. They had the barbie fired up, you know, it really was. It's something I'd like to see more.
The welcome to country we had.
Yeah, we did the whole lot, mate.
Yeah.
We did our best to make sure we covered everything out there on the weekend, but it's something I'd like to see more, Dean, is a few more home games. You know, if Brothers as a football club can support the sports club, who obviously is our major sponsor and look after us, you know, I'm sure clubs like Waves are in the same boat. If we saw more of that sort of action, it just stems down into the football. But mate, big crowd out there. You were there, Dino. They were hanging out the rafters, mate. So wonderful day. We had our sponsors upstairs, a lot, you know, all them, and yeah, all in all, good day. We finished the year with 3 Brothers finished with 3 minor premierships. So congratulations to everyone involved. That's a tremendous effort.
And I finished with a nice steak burger.
Yeah, steak burgers bloody good. Thanks to the old boys. But yeah, mate. Yeah. All in all, it worked out well over the weekend. Well, good for Brothers anyway.
We don't know what's going on. Everything's in front of the judiciary.
I'm led to believe so.
So maybe next time when we come on, we'll have some kind of
we might be able to
news that we can talk about.
Yeah, but I don't think now's the right time to go too far into it, Dino. Like we'll let the bodies that be decide processes and stuff like that. I don't know what you do with certain situations. I think there's a couple of charges out of the game for both sides.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't really talked about any of that processes all year in any of the games, mate, until after we sort of found out, you know, what the outcomes were. So I think we leave that rest and, mate, we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, we're working up to a massive final series. Brothers will get 2 weeks off now, which doesn't help their causes in all 3 grades. I don't like the fact that they play that game and we don't play again for 3 weeks from that day.
Yeah.
Makes it pretty tough on them, all 3 of those Brothers teams. Sometimes it's good to come in with momentum. You know, they've had all teams had good wins the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, that momentum can be stopped pretty quick without actual physical game time. So, and I think we saw that in the grand final last year in the A grade, where Brothers went down to Harvey Bay after beating them 2 or 3 weeks before, after a 3-week spell. So, but good luck to all those playing in the first round of the finals on the 5th, I think it is.
Yep.
August 5th, after this weekend's NRL game. No footy, which is fantastic. Gives people opportunity to get out there and watch a high spectacle, like, you know, the highest spectacle in our game for week in, week out footy. So, yeah, it'd be good.
Awesome. We'll be there.
Yeah,
yes.
apparently.
And,
We'll see what happens.
I hope everybody who's got tickets and is interested, who wanted tickets, has got them. And let's go and see some great football, starting with the All Abilities and finishing up with the Bulldogs versus the Dolphins. So let's see what happens at this weekend's football.
Can't wait, Dino. Should be good.
So
excellent.
that's enough from us tonight. We'll be back next week, and thank you again, Steve.
Good to be here, Dino. Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.